Hi, it's Rob Moore here from Progressive Property. Thank you very much for watching this short video. It's not going to be very long, but it's very important that you watch the whole video, because right at the end of this video, Lyndon's got quite an amazing story to tell you that I personally believe any one of you could do. He's making a lot of money out of his portfolio that he's not been building for very long. So in a minute, I'm going to introduce Lyndon to you. There's a couple of really important things to mention before that. The first thing, as I said before, is Lyndon's just a normal guy. He didn't start as a property guru or anything like that. Like us, Lyndon's made a couple of mistakes in the early days. He's also spent money in the early days to earn the right to kind of build his knowledge. In this video, we're able to sort of help you bridge that gap where, you know, all the money that we spent, I know Lyndon spent sort of in excess of six figures, we spent £600,000 learning everything to earn the right to buy a property with little or no money. And Lyndon's story is very inspirational because he's gone through that journey and now he's buying property without any money. So, Lyndon, this is everyone. Everyone, this is Lyndon. Lyndon, if you could just tell everyone about sort of who you are, what you do, and kind of, you know, what's led you to this point.
Well, by education, I'm an electronics engineer, and I used to work in the telecoms industry developing mobile phones for the big blue chips. My claim to fame is working on Bluetooth that you all have in your mobile phones. 2000 I left corporate employment and set up my first telecoms consultancy business and ran that until about 2005, again working for big blue chips. Employed people at that time, did very well, made a lot of money. But after 9/11 there was a mini crash in the telecoms market, and I decided, after laying everyone off, take the money and invest it.
Sure. Okay. So you may be watching this video and you may have some equity in your property and you may have some money to invest. That's great. You'll be able to relate to Lyndon's first half of his story. If you don't have any money but you want to get into property, you've heard the no money down stuff, the second half of Lyndon's story is going to be very relevant. So, Lyndon, if you could just tell everyone how you started in property, why you invest in property, where we met, and how it all kind of started for you and when it started.
Well, the first thing was that money in the bank wasn't going to do any good. So I knew property was the way to go. Read all the books, total rubbish. None of the models worked, none of the figures added up, even with simple maths. And I remember meeting Rob Moore at the business club. He stood up and did a 30-second speech about how to invest money. I don't even think he mentioned property in that 30 seconds, but there was something he said and I thought, yeah, that sounds, I've got to have a look, see whether it's a scam or real. And that's when we kind of got together. When I actually met Rob for the first time.
Can you remember when that was, roughly?
That was about...
06 sometime, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very early 06,
yeah.
Probably even February, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Came in to do a little bit of IT work for their business, and after that says, right, you guys are in property. I don't want to know anything about your property business. I just went around the table and said, Rob, how many properties have you bought? How many properties have you bought? When he got to the secretary and she bought properties, I just said, right, here's my checkbook, where do I write the check? Because I knew if these guys were doing it, they weren't talking the talk, they were walking the walk. So therefore, I knew that I was in safe hands,
Okay, so obviously you started off as kind of like our hands-free investor, and we were helping you build a portfolio. Since then as well, you've built up your own lessons and you've been able to kind of go and do it yourself as well, even though you have limited time. So can you tell us kind of how many properties you've got, what you've learned, and how you now manage your own portfolio as well as us helping you?
I've now got 10 properties plus a brand new house bought last year.
Is that a residential?
Residential property.
10 buy-to-lets and one resi.
Beautiful 4-bedroom house in Cambridge, one of the most expensive areas. The first property I bought was a 1-bed flat in Nottingham.
And the year, was that 06 as well?
Yeah, that was 06. I mean, that was 6 weeks after actually getting my checkbook out in front of Rob and Mark. 6 weeks from start to finish. And I walked in the door with the keys in my hand. Absolutely beautiful, completely refurbished, yuppie type, white collar type accommodation, 1 mile from the centre of Nottingham. I was almost overwhelmed. So that was my first taste, and I think I got the whole lot. I think I spent £6,000 was the total investment I made in that for a £115,000 flat.
and now you have 10.
I have 10.
So tell us, because obviously you're a busy guy, tell us everyone a bit about kind of your lifestyle now. Obviously, there's a book that we both love, that we both read, that's kind of really changed our life, and it's not one of the two that we wrote, but that they would be the top two. This would be the third best book. So tell everyone a bit about your lifestyle now, because people are going to say, number one, how did you do it with not much money, kind of moving forward, and how do you do it with this kind of lifestyle? So tell everyone a bit about your lifestyle.
Well, me and Rob talk a lot, you know, and he kept going about this book, The 4-Hour Work Week, and Timothy Ferris. So I read it. I bet Rob wish you never had, because
yeah, sorry to interrupt. Lyndon used to do all of our IT, all of our marketing, and then one day I thought he died. You even told me he had a child who was about 1, and I was just like, what happened? Because obviously you've been travelling around the world.
Well, I found out that I could, my second business after consultancy was an internet business, and I was on my own to start with, and I have a contractor team of 13. They're based all over the world, and as a result I turned out I could be anywhere in the world, anywhere I get an internet connection. So I actually still work with Rob, it's just he doesn't see me personally. It's quite nice to see him once.
Yeah, we had a little cuddle in.
So you know, I've got the mobility part sorted, and actually my business is booming as a result of it. In terms of how do I manage my portfolio away, I've through working with Rob and Mark, we've now identified really good letting agents.
Because that's the key.
Killed us at first. I lost 50,000 in crap letting agents, you know, that didn't get things let, or put the wrong tenants in, all sorts of crap like that. That's all been addressed now, and the letting agents, if there is any issues, you know, they'll go in and they don't sort it and deal with it. So, and with tenants, we get them on standing order. So the ones actually manage myself, you know, they pay direct into bank accounts. We just 10 minutes a month just to check the payments are coming, all sorts.
So I know you travel a lot. I know you have a wife who's European. So where have you been recently?
Yeah,
how often are you in the UK?
This year, 2 weeks in Malaga, 2 weeks in Spain. 6 weeks in Belgrade, Serbia, beautiful city, and then we've just done another 8 weeks there. 10 days I'm off to America for 10 days, and then we're off to
How old's your son as well?
He's 14 months, he loves it. I mean, he's carbon footprints about 10 times his weight, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's quickly go over the sums of your portfolio then. So clearly the key to sort of being able to have a portfolio that works for you, that's not too time intensive, has been, obviously we've worked together, but you kind of do it on your own now, if we're honest. So it's not, you know, it's not just a hands-free thing that we do, it's also you can do it yourself, has been getting your systems and your letting agents. So your first property, just quickly tell us what your rough discount was back in 06.
That was about 15% discount.
Pretty standard. Your last one, what was the discount on that one, your 10th one?
Maybe about 35.
Yeah, so a little bit better. Your rough portfolio value?
Values about 1.5 million at today's.
Is that post-crash then?
It's post-crash.
Yeah, so pre-crash.
About 1.8.
Okay.
With all.
And your equity?
It's about 300,000 post-crash. It was about 600,000 pre-crash.
Okay. Now obviously that's still good, you've still got a lot, but it's kind of half. But this is the thing, this is what obviously we've all been waiting for on this video. Something has significantly changed, which none of us were getting in 06, and that's the cash flow. So tell everyone the cash flow you get in your portfolio.
Yeah, we were doing well out of equity, but at the moment I'm getting 4,500 clear profit every month out of my portfolio, which is mind-blowing.
Sure.
And the 50,000 loss I made by bad letting agents, it's now offset against tax. So actually I'm not going to pay any tax on this year's income.
Yeah, okay, so I mean that's a lot of money, £4,500. So just to finish up then, because obviously this is just a brief story, I'm sure there's people that want to know you better now. Obviously in this video or underneath it we've got links to, I don't know, maybe some of our events or our books or our blogs, and we'll keep updating your story. I'd like to sort of invite you, if that's okay, to come to some of our future events. Would you be happy to do that? You'd have to be stand up on stage in front of everyone and, you know, maybe answer some questions. Okay, and lastly, if anyone wants to get in touch with you to say, oh, Lyndon liked your story, how did you do it? Can they contact you, and where can they contact you?
Yeah, to get in touch with me, you can actually go to my personal website, which is lyndonwright.com, LYNDONWRIGHT.com, and you'll find all my contact details there.
Sure. Lyndon, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming, flying back from wherever it
Serbia,
was,
by the
Serbia,
way.
to see us. And don't forget to click on the link below the video.